But how do we make sure that our information isn't being misused? Most of us overlook the importance of keeping our data secure, and the consequences can be devastating. So, let's explore the best ways to keep your information safe online. Imagine this. You're at a coffee shop, casually browsing on public Wi-Fi, checking your emails, maybe doing some online banking. What you might not know is that someone could be watching your every move. The scary thing is, it can happen to anyone, at any time. The first line of defense? Passwords. Now, you might think you've heard it all about creating strong passwords, but did you know that your brain is wired to take shortcuts? It often leads us to reuse passwords or choose simple ones. Here's a quick hack to bypass that tendency. Create a mental association with something vivid. For example, if your password is sunshine92, imagine the feeling of warm sunshine on your skin. That mental imagery makes the password harder to forget, and much harder to crack. Next up, two-factor authentication. Your brain naturally seeks comfort in familiarity. One password feels like enough because it's easy. But if you pair that with something you have, like your phone, you've got double the security. It might feel like a hassle at first, but the more you use it, the more your brain will accept it as a new habit. Now, let's talk about phishing. These days, scammers have become experts at making fake emails look real. It's all about exploiting your brain's automatic trust in what seems familiar or urgent. The trick to protecting yourself here? Slow down. Your brain is wired to act quickly under pressure, so when you get an email that feels urgent, take a breath. Look for signs like unusual links, typos, or requests for personal information. Ever heard of encryption? Think of it as scrambling your personal information so only you, and the person you're sending it to, can read it. But here's the neuroscience twist. The more we use encrypted apps and tools, the more we retrain our brains to feel secure in sharing sensitive information. It's not just about protection, it's about peace of mind. Public Wi-Fi is another area where we need to be cautious. Your brain craves connection, literally. But the problem is, those networks can be goldmines for hackers. Instead, train your brain to wait and use a secure connection. You can even set a reward system for yourself. When you're back on a secure network, treat yourself to something small, like a favorite snack or a short break. And don't forget about updates. Your brain loves to skip them because they seem inconvenient. But those updates? They're your armor against the latest threats. The key is to shift your mindset. Think of updates as strengthening your digital shield. Let's also talk about how much information we share online. But every post is like a puzzle piece that someone could use to build a profile about you. By pausing to reflect, you engage the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, and you reduce the risk of oversharing. Finally, let's dive into a tool that's both simple and powerful: VPNs. Virtual private networks act like a tunnel for your internet activity. It hides your IP address, making it harder for anyone to track you. Using a VPN feels like putting on an invisibility cloak. And here's the cool part. Once you start using a VPN, your brain associates it with security, reinforcing the habit over time. So, here's the deal. Cybersecurity isn't just about fancy software or complicated systems. It's about understanding how your brain works and using that knowledge to protect yourself. Rewire your habits, train your brain to see security as second nature, and before you know it, keeping your information safe will feel as automatic as locking your front door. Stay secure, stay smart, and keep your data safe online.